there. But the redemptive side of the fashion industry is, beauty. Designing beauty and looking at clothes and looking at the beauty and the creativity of a person like our brother, the creativity that he has to make signs. That's the creative side of, writing or doing something like that. That's the redemptive side. So there's a redemptive side in every industry that we are in, so that we can bring the redemptive, because before, when the fall of sin entered and Adam and Eve fell, the world was, broken and destroyed, and God, ever since that time, is in the business of redeeming all of the world again. So every system that is out there, there is a bad side and there is a redemptive side. Now, also in the music industry, in the arts and entertainment, the bad side of that is, the sex, the drugs, and all of the rock and roll. But there is Christian people now that are going into Hollywood and going into the music industry and are transforming and making Christian movies and good, wholesome movies. They're bringing that redemptive side back into that industry. Like, artists, good Christian artists that are going into the music industry and transforming that industry and bringing back life and bringing back good songs. The Elvis or whatever it may be, he sang good songs at the beginning. They were good songs, and then they got infected, and then, it's unfortunate. But there is a redemptive side for everything. That's what I'm trying to say. And the finance industry. Again, what is that? There's the bad side of corruption and greed, but there is also the good side of the financial industry, is that generosity and helping others. So when you go in there, and this is where you need the power of God to overcome the spirits that are over that particular industry. It's very, very difficult, honestly. This is why we need each other, and we need to come back home to the church and receive because it's very hard out there. They'll cut you to pieces. You look and see what's happening to the government. The government should work with Christianity and bring about moral, good, ethical laws. But it's been corrupted by society and by the prevailing culture, and now we think that gay marriages are acceptable and okay. What's the redemptive side of politics? We need Christian men and women full of the Spirit of God to go into those places and stand up and be a voice for what they're called to be. Remember John the Baptist, he was a voice in the wilderness, and he cried out, prepare and make a way for the Lord Jesus. Can we be a voice in the industry that we're in? When we see corruption that is taking place at work, and we can fall and succumb to that, and we can start taking and cheating and lying and doing all of those things. But if I stand up and be a voice and say, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stand for what I believe. I'm going to be a voice, and I'm not going to allow society to corrupt me. I'm going to be out there and proclaim the truth and stand for what I believe. Stand against, the gay marriages. Stand against all of those things that the world imposes upon us. And this is where, as I said, we need to be strong, because if you're not and you go out there, you come under that spirit, you come under that influence and that power, and you'll just so quickly start thinking like them. It's very, very easy, very, very easy to get corrupted. Remember, a little bit of yeast spoils the whole bread. It just takes a little bit of yeast for it to rise. Just a little touch. And that's all it takes for us. Just a little bit of corruption. We can so easily go under. So easily go under. We can get corrupted very, very easily. It's so easy. And that's why we need to stand together as brothers and sisters and support one another and go to the Eucharist and get refreshment and get strength, and then go out into the marketplace. And see, it's like a bridge. The church is like a bridge from the work to the church. I go to work, and then I go to church, and I get my strength, I get my food, and I go out there, and I get transformed, and then I go back to the church. that's the journey.